To dive, but back at it again today, guys. Sorry about the loud noise there. That's just a machine going on. But today we have a very good day. I'm very happy about today because I found the one item that I always was looking for, always wanted. So we're gonna go over with the small stuff, and then we'll get to the big handy. Actually, no, I'm not gonna call it the big handy. I'm gonna call it the big good stuff there. All right. So this one over here in the corner that we actually have, I looked at this, and it said ceiling mount, and I found out that this here is a motion detector. It's a PR sensor that actually uses these, like, I guess C batteries, but not usually, and it's pretty good. You can actually wire it from the back. This can actually be used in the garden up front for those of you guys doing doomsday prepping. You can actually use this for your dog downstairs to make sure he's actually good. I do like them, they're nice. Now, I also have this here. Now, what this is for those of you who do camera work, you do know what these are here now. Brown alarm in, orange alarm out, black ground. This here goes into special cameras to get the video out, and then you have the black and white in power, and then you have the long screw. Now, the good part is I have a couple of these here, but these are very important because in the other videos you've seen we have a lot of security cameras that we find because companies throw them out and workplaces upgrade. So this was going to save us a lot of time and money because now we have the connectors for it, which is very good. Well, now that we can connect it, we can power it up and send that video as long as we can. This was in the same box. Now what this looks like is a network port to send info out, which is pretty good. Oh, noise is down, okay? Now these two I find a lot of Cisco products right now. I don't know if that means it's good or people just get the chance to upgrade it, but this basically is one of those antenna posts. Now I checked it, it's not magnetic, okay? But this is for the antennas to connect and to have them stand up. And I have two of them, which is very good. Am I gonna log them? I don't have to. I could, but I probably don't need to. Now this here is the actual key in the lock, which is separate. I have to figure out how to connect this up right now, okay? Those are pretty good, so we got a lot of good stuff here. Now this here is a junction splice kit that I actually found. It's the entire kit. Like someone actually decided to throw it out. It's got the metal pieces in it. I'm gonna keep that. We got a whole packet of screws here. And this is new. It's a butt splice kit, 1.5 inch in black, which is very good, okay? Now, what we also have is this long copper bar, okay? But I'm gonna get to that in a second. These here, I have about 15 of these plugs. Now, what are these? I saw a gentleman today, and he said this is for high power, okay? Or high voltage. Here, you actually have what appears to go for the forklifts, okay? Got a bit quieter. These go for the forklifts to connect it to the battery and connect it to the power outlet to charge it. All right, these are special ones. And here in the front, you can tell it's new because it's got the plastic end piece on it. You pull it off. This technically can't go into a house outlet because you see it has the top part going flat and this part going on the side. Okay, so this wouldn't work. However, these would actually be considered adapters, okay? And there are people out there who actually have to pay for these adapters. Depending on what type it is, it could actually end up being expensive. So I am gonna keep these, but I'm gonna see what they go online for, and I'll probably put them up on Facebook to see if I can see someone needs it, because I have a whole bunch of them here. They threw it out, and the good part is they're still in plastic. Okay, so I am going to keep these now. Okay, but yeah, get back to the copper bar. This is solid copper right now. This is worth a lot of good money. It's got a bunch of pieces in it. I am going to keep this. I don't want to throw it out. Okay, now what we also have is the Ethernet part there with the actual ring around it. Another Ethernet wire. I'm going to keep that. And then we have this. This does appear to be, what do we got here? The Cat 5. Ooh, there we go. Nice wire. We probably have maybe 25 feet of wire here, which is pretty good right now. Belden Data Twist 5E. See if I can make that better. 5E 1585A. All right, so this is the type of wire it is. 75C verified. Okay. Yep, Cat 5. Okay, I was right, Cat 5. I like it. This is good. I got about 26 feet in here. I like that. We're going to definitely use that. Now, what we also have here are smaller micro parts. Now, what are these? These are basically for the just smaller parts of the electronics. This is going to be for gold scrap, but there's different types in here. So as you can see, this was basically for a different unit. Now, in order to actually thoroughly put this in, I have to take this off. I have to take these pieces off and then throw that in the acid there. And then you have the small plugs, not much gold on them at all right now. Those are okay. But then you have the other things in here, like you have gold fingers, okay? You have cell phone parts in here, smaller parts, ribbon cable pieces, stuff that used to go for telephones and remotes. Again, you can clearly see the gold on it, but then you have to get as much of the other pieces off it as you can. And then you have some plugs here. Again, this is just some random gold scrap, but this is a great teaching unit to actually show you where the gold is in parts, okay? So when it comes to plugs, the gold is on the inside, but that's a small amount. When you can basically end up getting smaller pieces like this, they have more gold quality on them than ever before right now, okay? The iPhones don't have much gold in them at all, okay? They really don't. All that stuff is in the back. Now this, see this? This here is pins. Now if I threw this in the machine, it would have to crunch up the plastic. I would actually just end up throwing this whole thing in acid, just like that, just boom. Throw the whole thing in acid just like that, okay? Now, and then you'll have smaller parts here. You'll have some ribbon cable pieces, which are pretty good. Right now, you have the SD cards. Oh, somebody cut that up, damn, that sucks. Okay, and then you have the USB part. Ooh, I like this. It actually has a wire coming out, that's nice. Okay, and then you have some other bits and pieces here, but this is a good thing to actually use as an example of what has gold in it and what doesn't, okay? Now, top of the line here. Today is why I'm happy. You see this cart? They threw this cart out by the lab. I cleaned it up. It had a lot of water in it. Cleaned it up. I took a cloth to it and fixed it up. Now, why do I like this? One, there's several things, okay? If you can look and see, this has the ridges on them. So if you put an item on it, it can stay on it and it doesn't have to go off, okay? On top of that, it has the handle so you can actually move it, and it's got wheels, okay? The wheels are good, everything is stable, it doesn't rock or anything like that, which is good. I might figure out how to put a breaking point on it. It's got very nice professional soft handles, which is very good. Cleaned it up, it can move freely. I do like this. This allows me to transport things all throughout the house just on wheels. It makes it a lot easier, okay? And I like it, so I can move everything as I see fit. I can actually see, here's the best part. I can actually take all of this, put it on this, and just bring it in. That's it. I don't have to worry about anything else. That's the genius part about it, all right? So this probably is one of the best things I've actually gotten in a while that I found, because this is something that is mobile, but it's also resellable, okay? You can put this in your garage, you can have this in the house, moving cabinets, moving different things, vases, whatever. Now, last week I did a video about the purling, so please check the previous video I did about purling the packaging that we found. The good part is we found that it's $23 a pound. That's what the company said. Now what that means is that we have, each roll we have is about 60 pounds and we have 4 rolls. So we got about a couple grand of specialized PVC plastic, and then we're gonna use that for servers later on, right? So the reason why I do this, okay, is if I have 60 pounds times 4, and that's worth $23 a pound, that's a lot of money right there. In fact, let's do that on the calculator, because I want you guys to understand why people do dumpster diving or what you actually find, okay? Go back to that video. We're gonna do this right here, right now, and I want you to understand this, okay? So, last week we ended up getting 60 pounds each times 4 rolls, okay? And they were 23 pounds a piece. So it's 60 pounds each times 4 is 240 pounds, okay? And that's worth $23 a piece. Yeah, $23 a pound, sorry. Okay, so at $23 a pound, I'm gonna times that by 23, okay? I'm watching Quantum Break. I got $5,520. Just in the previous video, in those rolls, that's what that's technically worth wholesale. Now, retail, I can't tell you what it is, because whatever the company will buy it, they say they have to make them in reams of like half ton and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, that's fine. I'm not really concerned about it because it's good stuff. I'm gonna use it, okay? So I got that, I got this. I don't think that they're gonna fit on this. It may bring it down, but this is welded, so I don't know. I don't know what the tensile strength of that right there is. But $5,000 worth of plastic to actually find, which is special. Am I gonna keep it? Yeah, I might sell it, but it's from one company, so we're gonna keep that crap. All right, so this is what we got today. We got a lot of plugs. I do believe these are resellable there because they're specialized adapters. So I'm gonna see what we can do about that. The PR sensor, we'll keep that. The camera parts, we're keeping that because I know those are worth a lot. I'm not trying to spend any money for it. Copper we'll keep. This we'll go ahead and sort out. I might just leave that where it is, to be honest. And yeah, I might leave that where it is. Anyways, this, I'm gonna put everything on it and move it up. And that's it. Today is a smooth day. I'm gonna see what these are going for online. I gotta find the name of it. I do believe they're adapters right now. And I'll see what those other, you have a junction splice kit here. Ooh, it's got a pin. 11302-701 for junction splice. And then you got a butt splice kit. 1.5-inch bulk here. 701 that goes in, which is good. And then you got a runaway wall bracket kit. Yeah, all of this stuff is needed. Simple as that. Again, you'd be amazed at what companies throw out right now. All right, guys, we got a good stuff today, man. Absolutely good stuff today. Pro Dumpster Diver out.